The power of patience, how Stoics win by waiting. Stoicism. In a world addicted to instant everything, patience has become a superpower almost no one carries. You get your food in minutes, your answers in seconds, your entertainment on demand. And somewhere along the way, you started to believe that anything worth having should arrive just as fast. But what if the greatest advantages in life go only to those who can wait? What if the calm ability to endure delay is the rarest and most valuable skill of all? The ancient Stoics understood something we have almost forgotten. To them, patience was not weakness. It was not slowness. It was power under control. Seneca wrote often about time, and one idea runs through his letters like a thread. The mind that is not disturbed by delay becomes the master of time itself. Most people are ruled by their impatience. They rush, they force, they grab at outcomes before those outcomes are ready. The Stoic does the opposite. He aligns himself with the pace of reality, and in doing so, he stops fighting a war he can never win. Think of the discipline the Stoics called the training of desire. So much of our suffering comes from wanting things to happen faster than they naturally can. You want the promotion now. You want the relationship to deepen now. You want to be skilled now, healed now, wealthy now. But the wise person practices wanting things to unfold as they actually do. Not passively, but willingly. There is an old image that captures this perfectly. The farmer does not dig up his seeds every morning to check whether they are growing. He trusts the soil, the season, and the quiet work happening underground where he cannot see it. If he clawed at the earth in a panic, he would destroy the very thing he was hoping for. That trust is patience. And patience, for the Stoic, is simply wisdom applied to time. It is the calm certainty that some things cannot be rushed without being ruined. Let me give you the principles that turn this philosophy into a way of living. The first principle. Separate urgency from importance. The modern world screams at you constantly. Every notification, every headline, every message feels like it demands your attention right now. But urgency is often an illusion. The Stoics taught you to pause and ask a simple question. Does this actually matter, or does it just feel loud? Most urgent things are not important, and most important things are not urgent. Your health, your character, your closest relationships, the slow mastery of your craft. None of these send alerts. None of them scream. They grow quietly, in the background, while the noisy nonsense burns up your day. The patient person learns to tell the difference. He gives his best energy to what matters and lets the false emergencies pass. When you stop reacting to everything, you finally have the strength to build something real. The second principle. The pause before reaction is where your power lives. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is a small gap. Most people never enter it. Someone insults you, and you fire back. The market drops, and you panic sell. A message annoys you, and you type something you will regret. The Stoics trained themselves to widen that gap, to breathe inside it, to choose instead of merely reacting. Imagine a colleague sends a message that stings. The impatient version of you replies in 10 seconds and starts a conflict. The patient version waits an hour, rereads it, and realizes it was never an attack at all. Nothing external forced you to suffer. Your haste did. In that quiet pause, you reclaim command over your own mind, and no one can take that from you. The third principle. Trust the process over the outcome, because the outcome is not up to you. This is the beating heart of Stoic thought. You control your effort, your attention, your discipline. You do not control results, timing, or how the world responds. So the Stoic pours everything into the process and holds the outcome loosely. Think of building a career. You cannot force a promotion, but you can show up excellent every single day. You cannot make someone love you, but you can become worthy of love. When you state your piece on outcomes you cannot command, you live in constant anxiety. When you anchor yourself to the process you can command, you become steady. Patience is what grows when you finally release your grip on things that were never yours to control. The fourth principle. Endure the boring middle, where almost everyone quits. Every worthwhile journey has a beginning that feels exciting and an end that feels rewarding. But in between lies a long, gray stretch where nothing seems to happen. This is the boring middle. The gym months where the mirror shows no change. The business years before anyone notices. The 1000th hour of practice that feels identical to the 900th. Most people quit here, not because they failed, but because they could not tolerate the wait. The Stoic expects this stretch and prepares for it. He knows the invisible work is the real work. Growth is happening beneath the surface, just like the farmer's seeds. If you can simply stay when others leave, you win by default. Endurance is not glamorous, but it is undefeated. The fifth principle. Patience is not passivity. It is disciplined action stretched over time. This is where so many people misunderstand the Stoics. To wait well is not to sit idle and hope. It is to act steadily, day after day, without demanding immediate proof that it is working. The investor who leaves his money to compound for decades is not doing nothing. He is exercising enormous discipline by refusing to panic. The person learning a language who studies 20 minutes every morning is patient and active at once. Real patience is full of quiet effort. It is the marathon runner's pace, not the sleeper's stillness. You keep moving, you keep refining, you keep showing up, but you stop yanking on the plant to make it grow. Action without patience burns out. Patience without action decays. The Stoic marries the two. The sixth principle. Let time expose what haste would hide. Time is the great revealer. Rush into a decision and you see only the surface. Wait, and the truth rises on its own. The person who seemed perfect reveals their real character. The opportunity that looked golden shows its hidden cost. The Stoics valued this deeply, because they knew that clear judgment needs room to breathe. When you feel pressured to decide immediately, that pressure itself is often a warning. Give it a week. Give it a month. Watch how situations and people show you who they really are when you stop rushing. Haste blinds you. Patience gives you eyes. The things worth having can survive a little waiting, and the things that cannot are usually the traps. The seventh principle. Compound small, consistent efforts. This is patience turned into a mathematical force. A single push changes almost nothing. But the same small push repeated, day after day, year after year, becomes unstoppable. The Stoics believed character was built exactly this way, one deliberate choice at a time. A little reading each night becomes deep knowledge. A little kindness each day becomes a reputation. A little saved each month becomes freedom. None of it feels dramatic in the moment, and that is precisely why most people abandon it. They want the leap, not the climb. But the patient person understands that consistency is a form of compounding interest paid to your future self. Trust the tiny efforts. Repeat them faithfully. Time will multiply what you plant. What feels invisible today becomes undeniable tomorrow, if only you refuse to stop. So here is the truth the ancient Stoics have been whispering across 2,000 years. The world will always tell you to hurry. It will sell you shortcuts, dangle instant results, and shame you for being slow. But the ones who actually win the things that matter, the deep skill, the lasting love, the real wealth, the unshakable calm, are almost always the ones who learn to wait without losing heart. Patience is not doing nothing. It is doing the right thing, steadily, while the fools around you sprint and stumble and quit. So the next time life makes you wait, do not curse the delay. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Because in a world that cannot sit still, the person who can is already ahead. And the reward for your patience is not just what you are waiting for. It is who you become while you wait.